intro.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News. I'm Melissa Mitchell.
And I'm Matt Stanley. Today, Governor Bentley made an announcement regarding gaming in Alabama. He spoke this afternoon at the state capitol and announced that he will be creating an advisory council on gambling. The council will work to try and solve the confusion over the Alabama's different gambling laws. Bentley said the council will present its findings and recommendations to him by January 1st. This comes on the heels of Bentley and Attorney General Luther Strange sending memos to Macon County officials calling on them to close Victory Lane Casino.
Construction for the College Streetscape project began today and will continue for several weeks. This project will provide more parking in the downtown area, sidewalk improvements, and enhanced pedestrian lighting near the railroad tracks. During construction, the northbound turn lane on North College Street between Tishner Avenue and Glen will be closed, as well as the turning lane between Glen and the railroad track. Pedestrians will need to walk around the construction area at Tishner Avenue on the south side and Mitcham Avenue on the north side.
The College Streetscape isn't the only change downtown, as 2 new shops are opening in November. Visitors will be able to grab a bite to eat at Taco Mama and shop at Dress Up. Both of these shops will be added onto East Magnolia Avenue, where Zazu's Gastro Pub once stood. Taco Mama is a low-priced Mexican restaurant that first opened in Mountain Brook, Alabama, and Dress Up is a Georgia-based women's clothing store. Interviews for both shops will begin next week in search of staff, as they are both expected to open in November.
With the election almost a month away, college Republicans are bringing a controversial speaker to campus. Eagle Eye reporter Jonathan Thomas has more.
He's been called one of the internet's biggest supervillains.
Feminism is cancer. Thank you very much.
Milo Yiannopoulos, an alt-right journalist and self-proclaimed internet troll, has sparked controversy during his tour of college campuses. His sharp-witted, politically incorrect delivery has sparked many protests throughout the country. On August 30th, it was announced that Milo will make a stop on the plains. However, you may not see any protests.
Milo, Milo, go away!
So important, especially in the realm of academia, even though we may not accept his viewpoints, even though we may not agree, but we need to be at least welcoming of other people's thoughts and ideas. Of course, we don't accept and we do not condone the violence sometimes that is incited by his I don't know what you want to call them, by his visits, his speeches, or whatever you want to call those. But we do want to welcome other people's perspectives and viewpoints, even though we may not agree.
In an interview with the Auburn Plainsman, College Republican President Cole Davis said that our organization believes that American universities should be centers for debate, new ideas, and intellectual freedom. To many, Milo has become the hero of the free speech and free thought movement that is circulating among young conservatives across the U.S. If you want to see for yourself, Milo Yiannopoulos will be speaking on October 7th at 7 p.m. in Foy Hall in Auburn. Jonathan Thomas, Eagle Eye TV.
I like to think of myself as a virtuous troll. I'm doing God's work.
As the presidential election gets closer, Eagle Eye News begins a 4-part series tonight on the 4 political organizations that reside here at Auburn University. This week, we caught up with the College Democrats to explore how they are preparing for a busy political season. As we talk with those a part of Auburn's College Democrat organization, I had a chance to sit in on their most recent meeting, where they discussed the results of the presidential debate. Shannon Arthur, president of the Auburn College Democrats, led the discussion as members voiced their opinion on how the debate went down.
I think it's really fun how Trump tells us that he has a plan, and it's a really good plan, but he hasn't given us very many specifics. The only real policy or plan I've heard was cutting taxes, and even that wasn't very, it wasn't detailed.
When asked about fellow students wanting to join the club, Shannon stated, "Anyone and everyone is welcome. You don't have to know about politics or even be a Democrat. Our club is open to anyone who wishes to attend." In preparation for the upcoming election, the College Democrats will be co-hosting the voter registration drives with the SGA and other political organizations from now until October 24th. as well as working with the Political Science Department as they host a campus-wide election night watch party. If you are interested in joining the College Democrats here on campus, the club meets every other Wednesday at 7 p.m. in room 2225 of the Student Center. And sign up on AU Involved for the latest updates. With Eagle Eye News, this is Matt Stanley.
So I think it's a good thing because people are actually seeing it now, like how.
Next week, we bring you a closer look at the group, No Labels, as part 2 of our series. You know, it was really interesting being able to go to that College Democrat meeting. I mean, it was interesting to see how they viewed the presidential debate compared to the Republicans.
Oh, I bet. And you know, it is a really good opportunity for college students to be able to voice their opinions during election season. I bet those clubs are really busy right now with all that coming up so quickly.
Absolutely.
Coming up, we'll hear from Jonathan Thomas with a recap of this weekend's homecoming events. Also, we'll find out what event will have you visiting Jordan-Hare Stadium during the off-season. You're watching Eagle Eye TV on Channel 6.
How to fill out an Alabama voter registration form with Aubie. First, check the 2 boxes if you are at least 18 years and a U.S. citizen. Write out your full name, make sure it matches the name on your government-issued photo ID. Write out your former name if you are updating your information. Write out your Alabama driver's license number or U.S. Social Security number in the boxes to the right. List your date of birth, phone number, and email address. Write out your addresses, including where you live and where you get your mail, but don't list P.O. boxes. Check the box next to your gender and race. List your place of birth, including city, county, state, and nation. Be sure to sign and date the Alabama Voter Declaration. Turn over the card and write the address of your county's Board of Registrars. Mail in the application and you should receive a voter card with your polling information. You can also go to www.alabamavotes.gov and find your polling location. For more information about SGA's voter registration initiative, go to auburn.edu/SGA, where you can find information about registering in other states, information about absentee ballots, and links to the candidates' platforms.
Hey guys, I'm Jonathan Thomas, and this is Eagle Eye Entertainment. We begin tonight with a recap of this past weekend's homecoming festivities. Hundreds of Auburn students and fans alike crowded the city streets on Friday for a night of fun and Auburn pride. They were able to see Aubie, the homecoming candidates, and floats competing in the Omicron Delta Kappa float competition. The Auburn cheerleaders, Tiger Paws, and marching band were also in the parade. All in all, it was a great night of celebration for the Auburn family. And a special congratulations goes to Chi Omega and Farmhouse for winning the float competition. And this year's homecoming lineup included none other than a free concert open to the public featuring the American indie pop band Echo Smith. Here's a look into Echo Smith's debut on the Plains.
While homecoming here on the Plains is always anticipated, this year the hype was even greater as the homecoming lineup featured none other than the renowned American indie pop band Echo Smith. Thanks to Auburn's University Program Council, the concert was not only a hit, but free to both the Auburn student body and the community.
We had asked students who they wanted to see on the concourse last semester, and Echo Smith was one of those, and they happened to be in our price range, they happened to be free on this date, and it was who students wanted, so that's how we decided who was going to get here.
Recognized for their hit singles such as Cool Kids, Echo Smith owned the stage, singing fan favorites from their debut album, Talking Dreams.
His one wish is to meet Sydney. That's his one wish. War Eagle.
Reporting from
Echo Smith's appearance has their fan base growing in Auburn. And finally, after a week of campaigning, the winner of Miss Homecoming was announced. Eagle Eye's Christy Clayton was there to capture the winning moment.
Auburn's top 5 candidates for Miss Homecoming waited anxiously until halftime of this past week's football game against the University of Louisiana Monroe. Miss Homecoming is selected by Auburn University's student body each year. Kate Hardman of Chi Omega won the coveted title, and she told Eagle Eye exclusively her first reactions to becoming Auburn's newest Miss Homecoming.
Speechless? I had no idea. No idea. I'm still very, not believing this is real. I didn't even believe I was top 5, so right now it's just still kind of oh, this is not real.
Kate's platform was Make-A-Wish, and she shared her hopes for her platform's future as well.
The coolest part is knowing that I get to impact the children that I want to work with in the future, and so raising more funds for that would be absolutely.
Reporting for Eagle Eye TV, this is Christy Clayton.
Congrats to Kate and the Make-A-Wish Foundation. Another concert is coming to Jordan-Hare Stadium. Blake Shelton and Thomas Rhett took to the Jumbotron during this weekend's football game to announce that they will be headlining another Music and Miracles concert. The concert, presented by Chicken Salad Chick, will be on April 22nd. Tickets opened for pre-sale today and will be available for the general public tomorrow. For more information on a concert that is surely not going to crash and burn, but will only be sweet as sangria, visit musicandmiracles.com. Looking to the week ahead, some Auburn students are trading in dancing for running this weekend. Auburn's Dance Marathon will be hosting the FT5K run this Saturday. The 5K will help raise proceeds to donate to the Children's Miracle Network. Check-in is at 9 and the race begins at 10. To register, visit aub.ie/FT5K. And the Auburn Public Library is letting adults relax like kids. This upcoming Thursday, adults are invited to bring their own coloring books to the library. Auburn Public Library says that this is a great way for adults to melt their stress away. The event starts at 10 in the morning and meets in the library's conference room. And last week, the Victoria's Secret pink bus made a stop in Auburn. Eagle Eye's Catherine Neal was there to get the latest on campus trends.
Girls swarmed the green space on Monday, September 26th, when Victoria's Secret's pink bus rolled onto Auburn University's campus.
So the pink bus is a bus that travels around to all the college campuses, and it came to Auburn. It just has a bunch of merchandise, collegiate, and core pink apparel. Yeah, so our day, we opened at 10. We had a really long line waiting for us to open. We had a lot of gift with purchases and a lot of freebies we were giving away and contests, so we've just had people come between classes.
Friday, 2 days after the bus drove out of the loveliest village on the plains, Auburn University took control of Victoria's Secret Snapchat story for the day to show off all of their latest purchases and fun. In Auburn, Catherine Neal, Eagle Eye TV.
Auburn is just one of the 100 college campuses the pink bus will be stopping at. And that's going to do it tonight for Eagle Eye Entertainment. For more entertainment news, be sure to follow us on Twitter at Eagle Eye TV. Also, tune into The Scoop Wednesdays at noon right here on Eagle Eye TV. Up next is Weagle DJ John Risha with a review of a recently released album, followed by the latest in Auburn sports. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
Happy Monday, y'all. I'm Risha, and this week's album is My Way by Calvin Harris. It's a nice, upbeat, tropical song, which is a little unusual for Calvin Harris, but it has a great guitar melody, which I found was really delightful, and it helps brighten up my day. Definitely check it out.
The 2016 elections are right around the corner, and registering to vote is easier than ever. SGA is dedicated to encouraging students to exercise their right to be politically active and maintaining a positive campus political environment.
We are asking all Auburn students who are over the age of 18 and who are citizens to register to vote. As students about to graduate from college, it is imperative that we take action today to ensure a bright future for our country. And the best way to do that is by voting.
Auburn SGA has launched our Voters Registration Initiative, a project aimed at encouraging students to become politically educated and engaged. Our goal is to register over 1,000 students, and we can't do it without you.
We are partnering with campus organizations in a nonpartisan effort to register as many students as we can by October 24th. Throughout this month-long process, we'll be hosting registration drives where you'll be able to register and we can answer any questions that you may have about the voting process.
To learn more, log on to auburn.edu/SGA to find more information about upcoming registration events, state-by-state guidelines on how to register, absentee ballot information, and more. And on November 8th, exercise your right and vote.
AU votes.
AU votes.
AU votes.
AU votes.
AU votes.
What a week it has been in the wide world of sports. My name is Meredith Brito, and this is Eagle Eye Sports. Turner Field is no longer the home for the Atlanta Braves. On Sunday, players, fans, and Braves legends said goodbye to the TED. Turner Field opened in 1996 for the Olympics and spent its remaining 20 years creating numerous memorable moments for Braves country. It saw John Smoltz record his 3,000th strikeout. It hosted the 2000 MLB All-Star Game where hometown hero Chipper Jones hit a home run. It even held the World Series. In their last game at Turner Field, the Braves beat the Detroit Tigers 1-0 and finished the season 68-93. The countdown for opening day and the unveiling of the new stadium, SunTrust Park, has begun. The Braves will open up the new season on April 14th. Auburn football clinched another win this weekend as they played their 5th consecutive home game in Jordan-Hare Stadium.
This past Saturday afternoon in Jordan-Hare Stadium, the Auburn Tigers took on the University of Louisiana Monroe Warhawks for Homecoming 2016. The Tigers scored early in the first quarter with a 3-yard run from Sean White, bringing the score 7-0. By halftime, Auburn was leading 28-7. Number 8, Tony Stevens, caught an incredible 48-yard pass from Sean White in the third quarter that brought the score to 35-7. Auburn rushed for a total of 688 yards, while ULM rushed for only 251. The final score of the game was 58-7, bringing the Tigers' overall record to 3-2.
Thought we played well in all three phases. Our goal going in this game was improved from last week in offense, defense, special teams, and just kind of looking at it, I think we have a chance to do that. I thought our defense played outstanding. Once again, I thought our offense played extremely well, fairly balanced today, and I thought our special teams played well too. We had a big punt return, which we've been really harping on and trying to get better in that. But overall, very good win, and it caps off five home games.
They will travel to Starkville next weekend to take on the Mississippi State Bulldogs. This game will air at 11 a.m. on the SEC Network. I'm Kristen Burton for Eagle Eye Sports.
The next home game against Mississippi State will be Auburn's first road game of the season. Auburn Tigers soccer improved to 8-3 Friday against the Missouri Tigers. Auburn fans flocked to the Plains Friday night to see their number 20 Auburn Tigers' 5th game shutout of the season with a 1-0 win over the Missouri Tigers. From the beginning, the game was a physical battle as Auburn tallied 10 fouls while Missouri had 11. Both teams struggled to find the back of the net as Auburn took 11 shots and Missouri took 13. A key player in this matchup was Sarah LeBeau, who kept the Tigers ahead with her 4 saves. The lone goal of the game didn't come until the 64th minute by Caitlin Gutschy off a Brooke Ramsey corner kick. After the game, the fans stayed to watch a fireworks show. The Auburn Tigers will be back in action Thursday as they travel to face the Kentucky Wildcats. For Eagle Eye Sports, I'm Meredith Brito. The Tigers will be traveling to face the University of Kentucky in hopes their 4th consecutive SEC win. Auburn volleyball split this weekend, losing to Mississippi State 3-1 and then turning around to win at Georgia 3-1. Auburn will host 2 key SEC matchups this weekend, with Mizzou coming into town Friday and the Iron Bowl volleyball on Sunday as Alabama hits the Plains. Want more sports updates throughout the week? We've got you covered. Just like us on Facebook at Eagle Eye TV and catch Tiger Tally on Friday mornings. Now let's catch up with Catherine Neal, who will give us what to expect this week with weather.
Hey, I'm Catherine Neal and I'm here today with your weather. This morning we are starting things off with a high temperature of 70 degrees outside and the humidity is even higher. As the day goes on, the humidity goes down to 49, but the temperature raises to 83 degrees outside. Tonight, the weather cools down a little bit with a temperature of 74 degrees, so make sure you're all layered up. This week, the weather is pretty consistent with 88, 87, 85, and 86. So as the week progresses, the temperature goes down a little bit, but not much. Nationally this week, we are seeing similar temperatures in Dallas. And then as we go up north to New York, the temperature decreases to 68. and it goes even cooler in Salt Lake City with a temperature of 62 degrees. A little closer to home, we see Columbus, Georgia with 89 degrees, very similar to Auburn, and Montgomery, our state's capital, with 91 degrees. That's all for this week. Catherine Neal, Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
At halftime of Saturday's homecoming football game, Kate Hardman was crowned Miss Homecoming 2016. She joins us in the studio now to discuss her platform. Kate, congratulations!
Thank you, Melissa.
I know the Auburn community is just so excited for you.
Yes.
So you were originally nominated by Chi Omega, is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Yes. Okay, well, so tell us a little bit about your campaign and maybe how Chi influenced that campaign.
Yeah, so Chi was the group of girls that nominated me and also encouraged me the whole week through. So the past 2 weeks, or 2 years, I've been able to serve as philanthropy chair for CHIO. And so that is kind of where the love for Make-A-Wish started. And so that is kind of why I picked Make-A-Wish as my platform, along with my love for kids with life-threatening illnesses. I'm in nursing school right now, hoping to be a pediatric oncology nurse. So working with Make-A-Wish allowed me to have an impact on the kids that I want to serve in the future right now. And it also allowed me to pick a platform that I knew all the girls would be so excited to get behind with me.
Definitely, yes. Having that as CHIO's national philanthropy organization, kind of y'all are already on the bandwagon with that, so it's great to know what to expect and just how to campaign with that. So I was actually in the stands during the game, in the student section, and watching you here get your name called out. How did that feel?
It felt so strange, like very unreal. I didn't really realize that they called my name until my dad kind of like reached over and hugged me and like kissed me on the forehead, and I was like, oh, I guess they did call my name. And it was just kind of like a lot of smiling and, oh, thank you, thank you, thank you. You know, like not really realizing what just happened. I was just like, okay, cool. So.
Yes, that moment is definitely surreal, but you are so deserving of it. We're just excited for you, and thank you so much for being with us tonight. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you for joining us tonight, Kate. Up next, we'll discover what was occurring this week, many years ago. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
I hope that you've been able to learn a strong work ethic surrounded by character, integrity, perseverance, so that when your 1 second comes, you'll be prepared for it.
Chris Davis.
45, there goes Davis! Your 1 second, our 1 second is now. And our lives have been guided by the principles of one of the greatest academic institutions in the country, Auburn University.
This week in Auburn history, we go back to October 3rd, 1959, when Aubie made his first appearance as a cartoon character on the Auburn football program cover. This character continued to appear on Auburn programs for nearly 18 years because fans began to see Aubie as a good luck charm. In 1979, Aubie the mascot made his first debut at the SEC basketball tournament. He now holds 9 national championships and has been inducted into the Mascot Hall of Fame. All right, we'll look at a few tweets about Aubie. Auburn alumni tweeted, Birmingham artist Phil Neal drew the first cartoon tiger Aubie in the 1950s. 30 years later, Barry Mask became the first official Aubie. Well, who knew? I didn't even realize that he was a cartoon character before a mascot. That's really interesting.
I can't believe that it took 30 years for them to finally figure out how great a mascot Aubie could be.
I know. You would think that, since he is so great that it took so long. That's really interesting. And then also Joseph Soley says, Aubie does it again, national champion number 9, War Eagle. I actually worked for the company UCA, and it's really, he dominates the mascot territory as far as competitions. He's the best.
Absolutely, and just going to one Auburn game and watching Aubie down the field, you know why.
You know why, instantly. He's so cute.
Lay Samantha tweeted, reasons I go to Auburn games. Football, 70%. Atmosphere, 20%. Aubie, 68,796,427%. And I agree with that 100%.
I think all of our fans agree. You know, he always gets in the student section dressed as in a different appearance. This weekend I saw him with a giant shaker like the students have. It was a huge, and it was hilarious.
He's such a character. I love seeing him at every football game.
Yes, yes. He's the great representative of Auburn, too. So.
If you would like to join the conversation, please use the hashtag EagleEyeTV on Instagram and Twitter. Up next, we will have more on what's taking place on Auburn's campus and across the community. You're watching Eagle Eye TV, Channel 6.
Auburn Guides is your guide to Auburn University. You can access schedules, create your own to-do lists, interact with friends, and always get the most up-to-date information. The Auburn Guides app gives access to information on the go so you never miss out. Auburn Guides is available for free on the Play Store and Apple App Store.
Students kicked off homecoming on the plains last week with the most delicious Auburn tradition.
The Omicron Delta Kappa Honor Society hosted their 88th annual cake race during homecoming week. Contestants started at Cater Lawn and ran 2 miles around campus.
It's one of Auburn's longest traditions, which people don't really know. So that's a super exciting thing to kind of get students excited about because tradition is a big deal around here.
ODK members tried to improve the event this year by increasing student participation. The members also made the race theme Glow Run.
There's just been kind of a lack of organization and marketing in the past few years, so some of our current students may not know as much about it. But we're really excited to kind of revamp the cake race this year and make it a bigger event. Cake race organization and planning was kind of planning the route, talking with public safety and the police department to make sure they knew what we were doing.
Some contestants ran in support of a Miss Homecoming campaign, while others saw it as an opportunity to be active.
It was a lot of fun. My favorite part is probably the run. I'm a runner, so I enjoyed that a lot.
The top 10 finishers won a cake. The first place runners also received a kiss from Miss Auburn and the SGA president.
Receiving a kiss from Miss Auburn was awesome. It's something I remember the rest of my life.
While everyone at the race was there to be active, everyone was also happy to get their hands on some cake. Melissa Mitchell, Eagle Eye TV.
ODK was also in charge of the homecoming parade float competition. Chi Omega and Farmhouse won this year with the themed float of historic buildings on campus.
Auburn graduate Kai Stevens has been named as this year's Woman Who Shaped the State. This is a program created by AL.com and the Birmingham Magazine to recognize women who have made outstanding achievements across the state of Alabama. Stevens is a poet and director of the Alabama Prison Arts and Education Project, which is within the College of Human Sciences here at Auburn. She founded the project in 2002 as a way of sharing art with individuals in correction facilities. More than 100 women were nominated as women who have changed their neighborhoods, cities, and Alabama for the better. Congratulations to Ms. Stevens.
Auburn is ranked in the top 10 safest campuses in Alabama. With multiple resources more available than ever, it makes being safe easier than ever. Michaela Bostick has more.
Auburn University was ranked in the top 10 safest college campuses in Alabama. Auburn University goes above and beyond to make sure the students and faculty have a safe environment.
All right, so I think Auburn, as far as a campus, is probably one of the more safer campuses. Like when I've taught at a couple different other universities, and actually coming on campus, it's really nice to you have really wide walkways that are safe. There's kind of no back dark side alleys that people have to walk through. And one of the things I also noticed was you have a lot of the police boxes that are around, and they're everywhere. They're prevalent. They're well lit. They're accessible. They look like they're ready to be used and things of that nature. As far as other universities I've been to, I've noticed they maybe not keep up with that as much, but it seems like Auburn's campus, as far as safety goes, is really and thinking of the students and the population of the students and how they can actually be safe within these different environments.
I think Auburn's safe because I think this is one of the only campuses that you can just walk around at nighttime like by yourself and like nobody's gonna bother you. We have blue light systems that are like kind of look like telephone poles, and you press a button and like it calls the nearest. We have campus police, so it calls the nearest campus police and they come to your location and like figure out what the problem is. And then we also have like the Auburn City Police, because Auburn's not really a big town, and we have bike cops that like go around at nighttime and they just follow like around the campus and like some of the outside streets. So like they're always around if you need someone, and it's just really safe. Everybody's nice here. We're in the South. Nobody's gonna do anything bad, so.
If you ever feel that you are in an unsafe situation, make sure to utilize these helpful safety tools that Auburn has provided. In Auburn, Michaela Bostic, Eagle Eye News.
That's all for Eagle Eye News tonight. Tune in after the show for a live look at the SGA Senate meeting. And keep up with all of the latest Auburn news throughout the week by following us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Eagle Eye TV. I'm Matt Stanley.
And I'm Melissa Mitchell. Thanks for joining us, and War Eagle.